All right, so it's been a while, and I want to talk about this video is going to be more like a talk. I want to talk about hacking devices and this and that. I've been doing quite a bunch of videos about different kind of hardware hacking devices and stuff you can get. And these days, there are in the security industry, we're going to talk about what to do and how do we recommend people to be more secure in the industry. What do they do? How do they manage it? And why are hackers still successful? Now, the actual problem isn't that much of the server, for example, of the office. Most system administrators are quite good and keen to listen to the advice that's a given, right? That are given to them. So if you just, take up to an office, go to an office and say, oh, this is a flipper zero, and yeah, that's great, but you cannot really do anything potentially dangerous with the flipper zero itself. You need to have a potentially bad Wi-Fi network or some wireless mice, for example, this one right here, which is a Logitech M185 wireless mouse. If you have those, throw it out your window. It's horrible. It's susceptible to a mouse jacking attack. Also created videos about it, how easy it is. So there are many problems. The actual issue with industries these days is that they sometimes implement new devices to their infrastructure. And that could be stuff like, just a brand new Wi-Fi router that isn't configured correctly. It could also be human errors. So if we are minimizing the issues to some human error or some newly implemented hardware device, it could be many different kind of things. I understand that. But we need to understand that the actual implementation of a hardware device can be quite tedious for many people because they just want it done. And that is a problem in the society these days. If we see newly educated people, just, plodding around, with their nose really, ahead, and want to get high salaries and titles and, all these kind of things that come with that. Instead of actually doing a good job. I see that tendency even on my own educational faculty that young people, they tend to aim for higher goals that they actually can do, and they feel like a failure if they cannot fulfill that goal, which is very sad. So what really happens down the boneyard there is that if you give hardware devices, it could be basically anything, as I mentioned, it could be a Wi-Fi router, it could be just a router, it could be many things. It could be a new, thing you put on the internet, some new IoT device you implement. It could be, you buy a new laptop, you forget about some updates, you hire new people, forget about, we're back to human errors again. The casual, how to be secure in the company intro course, there's so many different kind of things in that area, and I just still fail to see industries taking it seriously because they think about money, they think about how they can save money, how they can use less money and still get the job done. What is the fastest route from A to C? That is what I see. It isn't so much about how we can securely do it or how we can do it in the best way so we are secure. No, it's just the fastest way, with the nose ahead and just fall full throttle, and that is probably the baddest way of doing it, the most horrible idea. I would love to see. I would just love to see more people, really believing in let's spend money on security. And this is where we can use small devices such as the M5 stick that I talked about before. We can get the larger devices of the M5, the larger devices that are also clickable with color screens, and we can get other kind of things. But when we get to the part where you're gonna test for susceptible mouse jacking in your Crazy Radio or Flipper Zero, for example, and the problem there is, and what I want to mention one more time, is that people just don't listen. You know, I work in a company and no one listens to what I say. You know, I do share my knowledge and insights, but they are a bit loopy slash jumpy about it. They're like, yeah, but Daniel, hey, who would do that here? You know, that's that's how they do it, and I just know that is how it works in most companies. They look at the security guy and they think, well, what about a tinfoil hat, right? You have a tinfoil hat on. It's like, really, I don't think so, because I actually worked in another school, and it's not that many years ago they were attacked by ransomware, and luckily they had the backup infrastructure great, so they saved themselves. However, not all do that, and when you are hit, you know that you didn't listen, probably not listen enough to the security guy. I'm of course assuming right now someone didn't listen, and of course assuming that they didn't do what was required, and I am assuming that the security guy they're hired knows what she is talking about, and basically recommended the right things. It is of course always possible to be hit by something like ransomware, because we cannot really be safe against anything. I really hope that educations will begin to take stuff like, security more professionally in their business plan, because the foundation of the business is the business itself. What do the business do? They sell shoes, for example. Without any issues in the production line, you're not having any business, and security is not really needed, right? So the business will carry the security, and that is the most important part. Security people have to remember is that if there's no business, there's no need for security, right? No need to secure anything. There's no need to have running, and this is where we need to remember that there's always a budget. I mean, this is the problem, is how to budgetize security, so we have the most beneficial amount of configurations, knowledge in-house, educated employees, and so on. How we do that, and this is the problem with security these days, is that it's rather difficult to get everything, because it's not possible. And this is where companies, they hire some external consultant or some program, not like a computer program, but some sort of educational program from a company that live of creating these horrible programs, where they create some cartoon, clickly daily gamification stuff, and you just sit and think, who is gonna learn anything from that? We have it in a company that I work in, and it's just horrible. And I'm not gonna mention anything by name, but let me just say that I haven't seen a single person talking about security since they implemented that horrible program. I actually told them, well, why don't you just hire me and I make it a part of my job? I'm already paid from it, so why not just give me some hours for it? That's really, why not? But they didn't do it. They yeah. I could talk about this topic forever, and this is just me bringing some inside awareness to you about one of the problems there are that I see. I really hope that you could learn my perspective. You could learn something from my perspective on this, and if so, please consider getting back to me in some sort, reply to my my video here. I'm gonna get back to you as soon as I can. And if you're not subscribed, please click subscribe button. It would help me a lot. to grow this channel and stay on YouTube for a long, long time. See you out there. Have a really nice day.